Hey and welcome to this video. My name is Liv and I'm 21 years old and I'm from Denmark, but currently I live in Switzerland and I'm soon traveling around the world. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you some really great tips on how to improve productivity. So all in all, to get more done throughout the day and throughout the week, and also to become more mindful in the process. Here are some common challenges with incorporating mindfulness. So of course, things won't be as easy as we hope them to be, and with everything in life, it comes with some challenges that you have to overcome. And that's okay, that's just the way it has to be. So the first thing you can experience being kind of a challenge is overcoming and finding time to actually do this. Many people struggle to carve out dedicated time for a certain task or for mindfulness practices in general in the busy schedules, but really all it comes down to is priorities. So you will always be able to find 5 to 10 minutes a day where you can sit down, focus on your breathing, do a good thing for yourself. Like, I don't believe that you don't have the time to do that. I believe that that's more important than you taking 5 to 10 minutes or even half an hour scrolling through TikTok or Instagram. Even though you might say, oh, but that makes me feel inspired and motivated and all of that stuff. No, it doesn't. You don't have to do it for half an hour. You can do that for less time and then spend 5 to 10 minutes that you would have been spending on that to actually sit down and be mindful. That's so much more important. And if you don't agree with me on this, that's just your ego. Like, it really is. So number 2 is distractions. This is another challenge that can prevent you from implementing mindfulness in your day-to-day life. So we of course know that there can be a lot of different distractions, such as external noise, thoughts, obligations, that can really interfere with becoming mindful and implementing those mindful moments in your daily life. And I know that's a struggle, but most of the times these are things that you can prevent. So if you know that you live in a very noisy building, or you have parents that are screaming at you all the time, asking you to help them with all of different things, like, just tell the people around you, listen, I just need 5 to 10 minutes alone. Can you give me that? And most of the time, yes, they will give you that. So it's really just by being honest. Tell the people around you that you just need a little bit of time for yourself, and you would really appreciate if they could be a little bit more silent. That's alright, you have the right to ask that. And of course, if you live in a really noisy building or people are noisy out on the street or anything like that, that's really hard to overcome. But then I would really recommend you to get some noise cancelling headphones that you can put in. Don't hear anything necessarily, but just put them in and enjoy how much of a difference that makes. So I'm using AirPods with noise cancellation. That's what I have the best experience with, but use anything that works for you. Or even earplugs, I think. Number 3 is impatience or expectations. Some people become really frustrated if they don't immediately see results or don't immediately feel all the effects and benefits of mindfulness, but just as I said before, you have to be consistent and you have to know that it takes time to build a good habit and really feel these benefits in the long term. But know that in your journey towards feeling all of the benefits in the long term, you're really doing such great things for yourself every time that you show up for yourself and do these small tasks. So number 4 is consistency. Just as I mentioned, it's really hard for a lot of people to stay consistent, but remember, it's for your own good and it's for your own health. Life can get chaotic, and don't punish yourself if you're not mindful every single day, or if you didn't have a good morning routine one day or anything like that. Things feel a bit hard. Don't knock yourself in the head about it. Just say, okay, fine, that's it. That's just life getting back at me, whatever, that's alright. I'm just gonna move on with my day and try to stay as mindful as I can in the moment. I'm gonna enjoy everything that will come to me today. And this sounds so fluffy, but really you have to become aware of these things. And when you keep practicing, you will become so much better at just keep saying to yourself, it's okay, it's alright that I had a really bad morning, but that doesn't have to define the rest of my day. So keeping a positive mindset is the best that you can practice. And once you do that, it becomes a lot more easy to stay consistent. So what's some strategies that you can use to overcome these challenges? So first of all, you can take some mindful micro moments. So instead of setting a lot of time aside each day to do it, just cut it down to 1 to 2 minutes a day. Like if you feel it's hard to find 5 or 10 or 15 minutes whatsoever to do these mindful tasks and becoming more present and stuff. Sprinkle it short and keep 1 to 2 minutes where you basically you can set a timer if you want, so you know it's really easy to overcome. Down for 1 to 2 minutes, deep breathly, and do one of these tasks that I mentioned previously. Number 2 is a dedicated space. So here you can really dedicate a certain space for your practice, and I know this is maybe a bit weird, but it doesn't really have to be an entire space or an entire room. Just like a quiet corner with a comfortable chair or a cushion that can make a difference. That's really it. Just somewhere that you find nice and comfortable. Number 3 is setting realistic expectations. So mindfulness is a journey, again, not something that comes overnight, so make sure that your expectations toward this is realistic and it's not just something that you want done overnight. You are completely aware that it takes time to build up a good habit and it takes time to see like the full benefits. Number 4 is accountability partners or groups. So if you have someone that can basically just be one person in your life or a couple friends or whatever that you maybe can share this with, so you can keep each other accountable and share your good experiences with. That helps so much with motivation, even though I just said it's not really that important, but it can help you stay motivated and also stay more disciplined about it. So to round this video up a bit, I want to implement some of my personal experiences with this and give you an idea of what this can look like and get a bit more personal. So for me, I have always been really interested in mindfulness and meditation in general because I've always been aware that it's important for us. And it was actually my mom who really introduced this to me. She's always also been a fan of like meditation and becoming more mindful. So when I was young, I actually think I was like 10 or maybe even younger when she first introduced me to this, and it wasn't like you need to do this, and she didn't put anything down on my head. But she just showed me like mindful music, so relaxing music. Sometimes she would just put that on and I found it really relaxing and comfortable. So that was something that gave me some good experiences. At some point she showed me a sleeping meditation, a Danish one, that she asked me like, do you want to try this out with me? And we did, and we fell asleep instantly on the couch for a couple hours, and then we woke up afterwards and we were like, what just happened? What just happened? So yeah, I guess that was where it really started off for me. My mom introduced me to these things by doing really simple things. Of course, I haven't always been persistent or consistent with it at all. I haven't, but it has always been in the back of my mind. But now, after I graduated high school, is that what it's called? College, whatever. Gymnasium in Danish. I did that last year. I've become a lot more like present, and I want to do a lot more things to improve my own health, and all in all I just want to become more disciplined and consistent with it. So that maybe also has something to do with me having a bit more time and also starting my own business, so I'm becoming much more aware of myself in general. And what I'm looking into now is I'm really aware of my sleep, that I get a good amount of sleep every night, not just a good amount, but that I'm also sleeping good, like I'm actually having a deep sleep. One thing that I'm also looking into is getting an aura ring for my own health, because it's not something magical or anything like that. It's just a really great ring that you can wear every single day to track your health in general. So you can track like your sleep and a lot of different other variables that I would actually love to have a more look into. I just think that could be exciting, and things like that aren't always, it isn't really that precise, just like an Apple Watch. If you really think that calories and all of that stuff is correct on an Apple Watch, where have you been? Like, seriously. Even though that is said, an Oura ring, as an example, they have really upped their game, and that ring has become so precise after their time that I think that could be something I would want to look more into. So another thing that I've also been doing here in the past couple months is I'm starting to meditate more regularly and consistently. So I still do find it hard, to be honest, to do it every single day, because I don't know, I just put it aside sometimes. I feel like, oh, that's not so important, I'm just gonna do it later, or there's some other tasks, there's some work I need to finish first, even though I really should be thinking, no, I actually need to do this first thing in my day because this is important for me and my health. And that's more important than anything else. So I need to prioritize it a lot more. And I'm gonna do it, like, I have no doubt about that. I am gonna do it, and I'm gonna start to listen more to Joe Dispenza and other meditation guides out there to really get to know myself a bit more and become more mindful and clear in my everyday life. And I'm really excited about that because all the times that I've been doing it, I can feel such an improvement in my overall mood and my energy and like how clear I feel in my head. I also feel a lot more inspired when I do meditation and stuff like that. So yeah, that's really what I'm gonna look more into, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm just gonna summarize some of the techniques you can use to improve focus in your day-to-day life. And number 1 was mindful breathing. Number 2 was meditation for beginners. Number 3 was meditation walking or mindful walking. Number 4 was visualization. Number 5 was mindful breaks. So I really want to encourage you to start implementing some of these things yourself in your everyday life. If you feel it's a bit overwhelming, just choose one of them, the one that you find most inspiring and motivating, I guess. Start implementing that and see how it feels. And important, become consistent with it. So when that's said, I just want to thank you so much for watching this video to the end. I know it's probably been a bit long, I don't know, maybe I'll cut it into 2 parts, but yeah, thank you so much for this. I would really want to encourage you to hit that like or subscribe button. It really helps me to create even more content like this, and I really enjoy it. And also let me know if you have any ideas for me to improve my videos or anything like that. I would really appreciate that as well. Also remember to follow my social profiles. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and all of that stuff as well, so make sure to follow me there. And remember, you can become exactly the person that you would like to become, and you can achieve whatever you want to achieve with your life. Have a lovely day and see you in the next video.